I'm going to share a secret with you. When I was younger, I was a big Power Rangers fan. That's not the secret part. I was such a big fan that I wasn't content with just being a fan. I used to pretend, and indeed used to tell other kids, that I was the lesser known Orange Ranger. You didn't see me very often, as I was a kid and I was in the back a lot. I mean, I was 4, just let me have it. But I had a whole backstory and even a Zord, the Stegosaurus. I just found out recently that this was even a storyline in the old school comics, with Bulk and Skull pretending to be Rangers, wielding the Stegosaurus and Brontosaurus Zords. You can find that comic reproduced in the Power Rangers comic archives. But to be fair, I was just a little bit ahead of my time. I mean, they used a kid in Die Ranger and in Power Rangers Turbo 2, both only a few years after I came up with the concept of the Orange Ranger. And then in Power Rangers Dino Charge, they had a Stegozord for the Blue Ranger. And there was the Stegosaurus in Dino Thunder and Abba Ranger too. And also, just to appease both Bulk and Skull, Tommy wielded the Brachiozord in Dino Thunder, and technically Bulk could have been referring to Titanus as his Brontosaurus Zord. But anyway, I held on to a dream of creating a fan film to really run with this idea and give the Orange Ranger a full backstory. The reality of it is that we'll probably never find the budget to do that, but that's not to say the story can't be brought to life in other ways, like a comic book for example. So I thought it was about time that I shared with you the concept for my Power Rangers spin-off and origin of the Orange Ranger, The Lost Power. Still not sure about the logo, but there's time to change that. You start with the obligatory cinematic logos, of course, you've got to have those. And the story focuses on our would-be Orange Ranger. Now, I don't actually have a name for him yet, but seeing as this is based on 4-year-old me, for now, this is Matt Fisher. The story is set in a post-Z-Day world. Zordon's sacrifice meant that the evil forces in the universe were seemingly destroyed, and the 5th generation of Rangers, after the originals, Zeo, Turbo, and those other Rangers who somehow seemed a bit different, have now disbanded. No one knows what happened to them though. After revealing their identities, they couldn't live a normal life on Earth, so simply disappeared. The Astro Megazord has become a museum piece, and the world has moved on, left with a million questions unanswered. Matt has been obsessed with trying to understand who the Power Rangers were and where they came from. The last time the original Rangers were seen was at a carnival in 1996. Soon after, the Zeo Rangers appeared. Matt has been relentlessly tracking down as much evidence as he can find for the sudden appearance of Rita, Lord Zed, and the original Rangers 3 years earlier. He manages to trace activity to a quarry just outside of Angel Grove, and similar to the discovery of the power coins in the 2017 movie, Matt manages to find something buried deep in the rock. While he tries to comprehend what he's just come across, there seems no other explanation. This is a power coin, but not one that makes any sense because this includes a dinosaur we've never seen before, the Stegosaurus. He doesn't know whether it's just him going crazy or whether he stumbled upon something monumental, but he's certain there's only one way to find out what it is, and that is to find Zordon. But wasn't Zordon destroyed on Z-Day? Well, no. How could he have been? History class tells him that he was an interdimensional being trapped in a time warp. He was never in that tube that the Red Ranger destroyed, but if he's alive, how do you find someone in an infinite number of universes and at an infinite point in time? Well, little does he know that finding that coin has sent a ripple through the cosmos. The coin is something that many have been searching for a long time. Some who wish to use it for good, and some for evil. On a watery planet somewhere in our universe, a ship emerges and sets course for Earth. Still racking his brains about what he's found and what to do with it, Matt has an encounter with someone in an Angel Grove coffee shop. He calls him by name and asks about the coin. Matt pretends not to know what he's talking about until the stranger slides something familiar across the table. A weathered metal coin with a triceratops on it. Matt quickly covers the coin with his coffee cup and sits down, curious of who this stranger is. The stranger explains that there were originally 8 power coins. The red Tyrannosaurus, blue Triceratops, black Mastodon, yellow saber-toothed tiger, pink Pterodactyl and green Dragonzord all formed the 6 rangers that we knew, but there were 2 more. The white Brachiosaur for a ranger that wielded the powers of Titanus, but this was broken centuries ago, and the fragments of what remained were used as the basis for what became the new White Ranger, and Titanus simply became a Carriosaur. But there was one that went missing, the orange Stegosaurus. No one knew what happened to it, and as it turns out, it was there under everyone's noses the whole time. But who is this mystery person that seems to know so much? He introduces himself as Billy Cranston and invites Matt on a journey to meet someone else who may be able to provide the key to unlocking the powers of the coin. And they'll be needed because Billy's not the only one searching for Matt. This is just the start of a journey to become the new Orange Ranger. Where it goes from here is a little bit harder to say. I've actually waited for my concept helmet, power coin, morpher and a few other things for 2 years, and now that they're here, the helmet doesn't fit. But that's not really a major issue, as it's more likely that this would become a comic book anyway. But as well as going through the process of designing things like the power coin, which was a collaboration with someone in Ghana, the helmet and other items were a collaboration with someone in Mexico, and I also worked with someone in Poland to bring the full concept to life a little more, with a full design of the Orange Ranger, his weapons and what he looks like outside of the suit. There were of course plans for various shots, but these may become the basis for comic book panels in the future. I've also worked with a really talented comic designer in the US for a concept front cover featuring Billy and the Orange Ranger. But that's where we are at the moment. Please do let me know your thoughts down in the comments section, it'd be really good to hear your ideas. And I'll also be starting a new Orange Ranger channel in the Discord channel for more discussions there. But until next time, I'll see you later.